So I'm Elise and I'm a nearly new sale coordinator. It's like being team leader for the sale. You're really project managing it, bringing together a small team, possibly not the people that are normally doing the day-to-day running of the committee locally, but people that have a real interest in putting on this event. So I oversee what everybody's doing, but I don't do it all myself now. That's the important thing. I put people in place, like volunteers come forward, and I help them and support them to do different bits to deliver a really good event. There's two types of sales that you can run as an NCT, a tabletop sale or a ticketed sale. And we have always run ticketed sales. So I guess that's all I've ever known. But as a buyer, when I first came through my first sale, my first introduction to it, it was just wonderful. The other sort of sales that NCT also run are tabletop sales where everybody kind of has a stall. So each seller would have their stall and stand behind it. That's okay, and they work well for some branches. But for us, we found that sellers really like being able to drop their items off and kind of have the rest of the day and go. They've thought about their prices in advance, they've labelled it all in advance, and then they just pop back later on in the day to collect anything that hasn't been sold. And as a buyer myself, and having spoken to other buyers, they really like the kind of stress-free element. And I don't know the numbers, but I'm pretty sure that kind of profit-wise, both for like the sellers and also for the NCT as a whole, because the local branch keeps some of the money and for local activities, and some of it goes back to head office, but they tend to be more kind of profitable. They draw the people in and they make better money than the tabletop ones. Support-wise, it's been really good actually. When I first started, there was already a coordinator in place, and so I just kind of followed what she did. But once she moved on, I felt a bit, I'm on my own. I've been to a couple of sales, but now I've actually got to step up and do it and put my own stamp on it. Head office were really helpful. That's NCT head office. I got emails from the volunteer coordinators, I think. And there's a whole world of resource on Babbel, which is when I first logged into it, I was like, wow, there's actually all the signs for your sales. You can just print them off. And all sorts of other useful resources that makes your job much easier. But I have to, the best tip I've got, the most helpful thing is the NCT coordinators Facebook group. Which I think a couple of head office might be on as well, but it is so useful. You have any question, you can't find anything, you have a tricky situation you've not dealt with before, they are so supportive, and they're just other volunteers. They've dealt with it before, or they've got an idea, or they can tell you how they do it in their sale and what's worked well. And it's a lovely community as well. When everyone's on a bit of a high because it's their sale day, they post pictures. This is how it went. This is how many people we got through the door. This is how many parents we engaged with. It's everyone celebrates each other's successes. This is Olivia, and my proudest moment at a sale was going along and volunteering when she was about 6 weeks, and I went and did the whole day. And do you know, I'm so glad I did. It made me feel like me again, because I was just coming out of that kind of newborn haze and fog. And I said, yeah, I'm not going to sit at home. I'm going to go along. I'm going to bring her with me. And I'm just going to be me again. And I think actually what we give to volunteers, actually, by giving them this opportunity, kind of empowering them, is really important. It just makes, I've just found I was just me, and I've been volunteering ever since. Sales are good for parents because we all know that it's expensive having children, and it just makes it so much more affordable. The tiny clothes are hardly worn. A high chair is wiped down. It is so easy just to reuse stuff. And yes, it's on one hand completely affordability, but on the other, we're in a world where we're really conscious now about throwing things away and plastic waste. And if we can reuse things, it's kind of better for the environment, and then it's better for our children that we're bringing up anyway. First of all, I'd say definitely do it. It's really good fun and you get lots of bargains yourself. It's great. Second thing I'd say is go to a sale. Go locally. If you can't go to your own area's one, go a bit further afield, but see them and see why they're so great. And then you will want to get involved. When I went through those doors, it was just phenomenal. I couldn't get over what a great thing it was. And from then on in, with my 5-month-old baby, I was kind of sold. I've helped at every sale since in the last 5 years, twice a year, because they're just such a great thing.